I think that feels like a nice package there.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those phones lined up. It's Felger and Mazz on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Kicked out by Korpisalo. Hagens has got it. A headman pass to Hustadinov. Now looking for Hagens. Hagens will speed after it with the Bruins changing. He finished his check in the right corner. The Bruins get him a little puck support. Corrali center. Yoki Harju fires. He scores! Henry Yoki Harju, his second goal this season. Short-sided in. Bruins 2, Jackets 1.
And you got to give James Hagens some credit here to get in on that forecheck. You know, they try to make a play on an exchange in the neutral zone. They can't connect, so you got to go finish the play.
Certainly might be the busiest, Maz, I would say that.
Yep.
And so it's a pretty appropriate time for our Re-Entry Monday. Our Re-Entry Monday encompasses everything from the weekend as we're getting all set up here from our Town Fair Tire studio. Stand by. Re-Entry Mondays are brought to you by Blue Bear Plumbing. When it comes to plumbing, heating, and air, no one compares to Blue Bear. When you call Blue Bear, you can expect expert service from their friendly staff for all your heating and plumbing services. For more information or to book your appointment today, visit bluebearplumbing.com. So like I said, there's a lot to get to from this weekend and heading into today. The Red Sox over the weekend with a real scary performance on Friday, and then they steady themselves the last two. Thoughts on that? The Celtics wrap up their regular season and await their first-round playoff opponent. We have thoughts on that. Oh, I buried the lead. It's the Big Board is back. The fortnight of the Big Board begins today.
I saw it waiting out there.
We'll be chucking markers at our Lindy Sports annual draft guide for offensive linemen. It's going to be a busy day with the Big Board, Maz. We're going to shoot for guards, centers, and tackles. 3 different segments.
Love the Big Board. Love it.
Okay, so that's coming up as well. Not Mike Vrabel. No, Mike Vrabel will not be speaking today in a pre-draft press conference. As we speak, I believe Elliot Wolf has hit the podium, or he was scheduled to. Elliot Wolf was scheduled to go at 2 p.m. today for his annual and the Patriots' annual pre-draft press conference. Last year, Mike Vrabel did that. This year, Elliot Wolf is doing that. Thoughts plus developments on that story from the weekend. That's on the board. And then it's the Masters. So we've got so much to get to, Maz, and you are allowed to call us on whatever you want. Whatever you want to hit on is up to you. Okay, so kind of treat it like a Friday if you want. 617-779-0985. We'll give you opening thoughts like it is a Friday and just go from there. So I'll start now that the preamble's done.
Yes.
You heard the sound right there of Yoki Harju scoring a goal. It was late in the second period in the Bruins win over Columbus on Sunday, but the lead to that game was the pro debut of James Hagens. Do you want my impressions on James Hagens?
Sure, yes, please.
I'm guessing you didn't think much of it.
He wasn't bad.
Oh.
Actually, it was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good. I liked what I saw. From James Hagens.
How about that?
Yeah, well, listen, it's my curse. What separates me from you people, and is frankly my curse, is that I just tell it like it is. I just tell the truth.
The burden of fairness, if you will.
The burden of truth and fairness, Jim Murray. It is. It's a burden. Because I could do what you people do. I could just ignore it or, shape my commentary based on what I want or what I had said previously or, I could be you. But I'm not. I'm me. And so I'm saddled with this thing that is I just tell it like it is. Scoreboard, etc.
Must be tough to be you.
You have no idea, pal. So, again, with that as the backdrop, he was pretty good. I kind of liked his game. I didn't hate it. I think people might be going a little too far with it, but he made a lot of little plays that I liked that I didn't necessarily think were going to come from someone his age in his first NHL game. Just for example, I thought he had a couple nice little clearing passes out of his zone. He played along his wall well. He didn't drift off the wall as they're coming out of their zone. He dug a couple pucks out of the boards on the half wall coming out of his zone and started the transition going the other way. So he got low. He stayed where, I don't know. I just liked his sort of play along the wall in his own end a couple of times. I like the way he skates. He's a good skater.
He's fast.
You can really tell he's got good wheels and good on his skates. I like that. The assist that he had, that's the assist that he had right there. He he dug the puck out of the corner. It was a secondary assist that he if you didn't see the play, there was a bleed pass to him, and it was way too far, and it went into the corner, and he just followed the play and then sort of rode the Columbus defender into the wall and dug the puck out with his skates. He kicked the puck along the kick plate with his skates. So it wasn't like, this was like Wayne Gretzky from behind there, but he just kicked the puck free, and it ultimately got out to Jokiharju, and he got an assist on it, but it was a nice play. So, yeah, listen, unlike you people, I just tell it like it is. He was good. That's my opening thought. What do you got?
Murray, you want me to go? You go.
No, I'll go because I have a thought on the Masters. Rory McIlroy for 2 straight years now has backed into this thing freckled cheek first. And can someone actually win this tournament? All these guys that made a run, and I know, Maz, you have stronger thoughts on this, but these guys made a run and then choked. Justin Rose, 2-shot lead in the middle of 11, goes backwards. Russell Henley starts putting like me. Cam Young missed everything. And if Scotty Scheffler didn't have his head up his ass the first round or so, he probably finishes 20 under. He could have shot a 60 yesterday, but no. It's just Rory trying to give it away. No one wanted it. Same as last year. 73 final round last year, 71 this year. You used to have to play well in the final round. That's what made Sunday must-watch television for the Masters. Now it's just what? Show up, hang around, wait for the brown fountains to start bursting in everyone's pants. Like, there is some enjoyment in that, but not for 2 straight years. And I will admit, I'm not a McIlroy guy. He annoys the piss out of me. So that also bugged me, but it was annoying. It was annoying. It felt like, to me, the Masters is inching towards everything else these days, which is just slop. It was bad enough early last week, the par 3, the whole ESPNification of the whole thing. We're getting Jason Kelsey and comedians shoved down our throats. It was the Masters, a tradition like any other. There was a snobbiness to it that I actually appreciated. Now it just felt like, I didn't like it. I didn't like this weekend at all with the Masters. McIlroy backing into it cheek first for the 2nd straight year.
I want to follow up on this. Your problem is with the modern PGA golfer. There's no winners on tour, so I've been trying to tell you for years and years.
It is a gag fest, man.
Because none of these guys know how to win.
I mean, that one especially, but I'll hold my thought on that.
Maz, what do you got?
Okay, Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals. As you said, it started on shaky ground on Friday night. I am not going to give them some sort of parade or flowers for taking 2 out of 3 from a bad Cardinals team. However, it's a small step in the right direction. They're still 6-9. They still have the 5th worst record in baseball. And oh, by the way, that demolition against the Houston Astros that took place a couple of weeks ago, Houston has now lost 7 straight. So maybe the Red Sox are even worse than we think for getting their asses kicked the way they did by the Houston Astros. But that's neither here nor there. What interested me over the weekend was actually something Alex Cora said during the Fox broadcast on Saturday that I actually saw in a tweet that was out there by Tyler Milliken. Jimmy Stewart, if we could, what did Cora say to Kenny Rosenthal?
Ken Rosenthal, you can add on young J.J. Weatherholt.
Well, he's one of those candidates for an extension, as you mentioned, Adam. And clubs do these deals for a very simple reason. They believe the players will outperform the contracts. And agents and player representatives from the union will tell you that the hit rate is a lot higher than the miss rate, that these contracts generally do prove favorable for the clubs. But, John, Alex Cora was talking to us about this today, and he said the dynamic changes, though. It changes when you have a number of players under those kinds of deals, and that is what the concern can be for some of these teams.
The dynamic changes. Huh.
Cora said that to him.
Cora said that to Kenny Rosenthal. So again, they're talking about the fact that all of these deals given to young players are becoming commonplace in the game.
And they're talking to about a young player on St. Louis.
Correct. And actually, I don't know if you saw, there was another one of these deals that took place. They've been kind of all over baseball now. The Mariners signed a guy in their minor leagues to a $95 million contract who's never played in the big leagues yet.
Yeah, this happened a couple times.
Okay, yes, absolutely. So it's happening. But Cora says, but it changes the dynamic, meaning that it might be a negative.
Yeah.
So what do you think Alex Cora is getting at? So I look at it and I say, geez, Roman Anthony signed a $130 million contract, played pretty well last year. Then he showed up this year, and suddenly there wasn't a real veteran on the team for him to hide behind. And now he kind of stinks.
He's hitting 200 and he can't throw.
He's hitting 200 and can't throw, and it feels like the burden of being that guy on the Red Sox has weighed on him. So I wonder if Cora's talking about that.
Or
Kristen Campbell.
Or no, a guy gets his contract and all of a sudden he's not the same guy than before he signed it.
Could be that. Could be all the above.
Changes your habits.
But to me, that was an interesting comment for lots of reasons. Most notable is this. The organization clearly believes in this philosophy. Alex Cora, however, is offering a yeah but to that scenario, which tells me that he doesn't love the dynamic in his clubhouse and he doesn't think it's all strawberries and cream for these young players who come up and are great and get the money right out of the gate.
My guess is the issue isn't he's against the thing philosophically. It's, yeah, we did it a couple times here, and it hasn't exactly worked.
Exactly.
Is what he's saying. We did it to a guy last year. He's not even a major league player. We did it to another guy this year, and he's hitting 200 and can't throw. That's what I think that is. Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting, good job by Milliken.
Yeah.
To pull up something that was kind of negative.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked it. In fact, I wrote something on the web today built around that single comment. It was to me, it was like the most interesting thing that happened all weekend. Alex Cora sort of putting the brakes on the let's not give him everything too early kind of thing. And I think expresses concerns about the clubhouse.
All right, so there's a lot to get to today. 617-779-0985. I'll take a call opening segment. Why not? Since it's kind of like a Friday. It's our buddy George in New Hampshire. George, you there?
Yes, I am, Mike. Thanks for taking my call. I'm calling in regard to the Vrabel situation. You talk about a conflict of interest here going on. Whether or not it was romantic or not, forget that part of it, okay? The fact that he's friends with an NFL insider, okay? By the way, she's gone. She is not coming back to the Athletic, okay? She is not coming back, Mike. Going further, how can anybody in the Patriots organization, including the players, trust Mike Vrabel? Because anytime a story comes out, they're going to be pointing the finger. Oh, that was Mike Vrabel who leaked that.
George, they don't care about the off-field. Some might. Okay, thanks for the call.
By and large, the players aren't going to care.
The trust thing is earned in the workplace, meaning he tells me something about my job and then he follows through with it. The trustworthy, is he run around on his wife? I don't think that. Again, some guys maybe, but on the balance, no, I don't think that's going to be the issue. But it wasn't a good weekend for him. I mean, the news broke right when we were coming off the air, I think on Friday or late on Friday, Mazz, that she was suspended.
Yeah.
And wasn't going to be reporting during that time. And there's an internal investigation going on now by the New York Times. That hurts Vrabel, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah, you mean the fact that it's being treated seriously somewhere else?
Not just that. It's those pictures get published. They both issue immediate denials. Immediately, the New York Times backs her. Her editor at The Athletic gave a statement that backed her. And then 2 days later, the New York Times says, actually, wait a minute. No, we've heard something or we want to check into something. So it hasn't been obviously adjudicated yet, but it doesn't look good for her. So basically, for all intents and purposes, the New York Times is calling bullcrap on their statements.
Correct. Got it.
So, the Patriots aren't going to do that to Vrabel. We're not, as a fan base, going to do that to Vrabel. But one of the key parties in the whole story, their boss said, no, bullcrap. That makes Vrabel look bad, don't you think?
Yeah, well, no, it's a good point that if the New York Times is looking at it and saying, actually, we think there is some fire here where there is smoke coming out, how can there only be fire on one side? It's got to be for both. It either happened or it didn't.
Exactly. Is the story bullcrap? Is what you fed us real or is it bullcrap?
Yeah, at the very least, there's more to this story is what they're saying by investigating her.
It's bullcrap is what they're saying. Oh, this might be bullcrap, which means, Mike, you might be full of crap. And again, there's not going to be an internal investigation with the Patriots, and the standards are different because it's the journalist and the subject and da-da-da. So, we get all that. So she's subjected to more scrutiny, but he falls under it. So I thought that's not a good turn for Mike Vrabel.
No, definitely not. Nope.
Okay, we are off and running on a Reentry Monday. You can call us on whatever you want. Again, 617-779-0985. Back with more right after this. We'll back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Mazz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Mazz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
Jalen Suggs triggers the under on a bounce. In safely. Bain, corner, three. No good. Rebound, Shireman. And in a season full of winning games they had no right to win, and in a season full of doing things they were told they couldn't do, The Boston Celtics paint their Picasso on the final night of the season with their top 9 out. They come from 11 down to beat the Orlando Magic by a final of 113 to 108. Simply extraordinary.
Even if I wanted to root for the Celtics, if I ever feel myself coming around, thinking I might have a soft spot for them, or, it's time to give it up, Felger. Just give up the Celtics thing. I grew up hating the Celtics as a little boy in Milwaukee, if you don't know my backstory. Bucks season ticket holders in the 80s. So Larry Bird came in every year. Broke my heart, so I grew up hating the Celtics, and I've just never been able to shake it. If I ever feel like I do want to shake it, you know what puts me right back into my place?
No, do tell.
The Celtics experience.
Grandy.
Yeah.
Listening to Grandy call a game. No, not call a game. He's an excellent play-by-play guy. But that stuff. Hearing Grandy with the final call. Or Celtics fans. Or whatever. Like, even if I wanted to, like you, or if I think that I might, like, just, okay, let it go. I've lived in Boston 38 years. Just go ahead. At least put him on where I'm with the Red Sox and the Patriots, which is, you're not in my blood, but I want to see you do well, and I'm invested, and, all I have to do is listen to Grandy with the final call, and it puts me right back.
Was it the word extraordinary that maybe put you over the top?
I mean, there's just something about it that just such bitches. It's just really unlikable group. So what can I tell you? I guess it was. I didn't see this. I was watching other things yesterday. The Magic played everybody, right?
Yeah, it was basically the main Celtics that were out there.
And they had something to play for, right?
They did.
To play, to get out of it, just to improve their seed in the play-in. But
correct.
They were in the play-in either way. But it was, they wanted the game.
Yeah,
correct.
It would have meant a home game for them, too, in the playoff.
Exactly
for this
right.
play-in.
Yeah.
It would have meant a home date for them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was really the big thing. They'd be at home.
And they still couldn't beat you.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly it says something about you, no question.
Now they get to play at Philly on Wednesday.
But does it say a little bit more about them? I mean, what the hell? Your thoughts, Miz?
So look, they're limited. I mean, but I will say, look, good for the Celtics for winning the game. I have trouble saying this with a straight face because I do like the player. He's growing on me. Shireman had 30.
Why is that so funny?
It just is. I mean, Shireman shouldn't be getting 30 on anybody. I'm sorry, but he got 30. So I think it's an indictment on Orlando. That's pretty pathetic, really. So good for the Celtics for, winning the game. It doesn't really change anything for them, so I'm not taking my pants off over it or anything like that. But to me, I don't know how you go in against a team like that, give up 115 points and lose.
So, that's an impressive win. And the regular season, it was a really good season. It was impressive. I mean, they did. They exceeded everyone's expectation. There's no doubt about it. And I had high expectations for them. But I didn't think they'd be contending for the number 1 seed or to be necessarily the favorite coming out of the East. But however, I did. I mean, go back and check it. I think a lot of Celtics fans gave up on the year. And just between Tatum's injury and then just accepting the fact that the owners wanted to save themselves money, we're okay with it. And I just remember saying at the time, like, well, I don't understand why you're in the middle of this window. The Tatum injury shouldn't kill the window. No, he's going to come back. It's a 9 to 12 month injury. If he comes back on the early side of it, he'll be back in plenty of times for the playoffs, and you'll still have the best roster in the East. Why are you giving up on it? I said it a million times. I don't get why you're just so accepting of that.
A lot of people wrote it off.
If it's a 9 to 12 month injury and he got hurt in May and he's back on the early side of it, he's back in plenty. I did the math simply. Like, I don't understand you people. It's a 9 to 12 month injury. If he comes back on the early side, that's plenty of time for a playoff run. So why are you so accepting of them dismantling the roster? He comes back, you got the best team in the East. This should be another year in your championship window. I said that over and over and over again. So it came to fruition. I guess I didn't think they'd be able to do it with Hugo Gonzalez and Baylor Shireman. And once they dealt off Horford and Porzingis and Drew Holiday,
yep.
I thought they'd sort of chosen their path. And I actually, they did choose their path. But this always should have been in the cards. But be that as may, it was a good year. I mean, it was a really good year, and like yesterday is a good win on top of that year, and like that's just a fact. I don't know why it has to be more. Like I don't get why we've got to lay it on more than that. Because it was a good regular season.
Well, because everything with the Celtics has to be a special achievement.
I mean, now we find out, right? And I even said, you can go back and check it, that Missoula was set up for a really good year. If they fall on their face, no one's going to blame them. Because what do you want? Your best player's out, and the ownership sold on the season. So no one's going to expect Joe Missoula to do anything. It was all going to be upside for him. That if they won a bunch of games on effort and guile and gutting stuff out, that he's got the tremendous chance to show a team that overachieved with no real downside. This is set up perfectly for Joe Missoula. I gave you all this stuff 6 months ago. And it just came to fruition. But now we got to whip it out and like contort ourselves into acting like this is something that no one could ever have expected on any level.
So don't you think there's pressure on them now?
No.
I do.
I mean, maybe among some adults, but the green teamers?
No, yeah, I'm not talking about them. I just think that, look, given where they are, given what the year was, and now that Tatum's back, and Tatum and Brown appear to have found something that maybe even has made them as a duo better than they were before this whole thing happened with Tatum's Achilles. Oh, I think you got to get to the conference finals at a minimum now. Like, I don't know how, I haven't looked at how it would set up with the Knicks or whatever.
But there's no pressure. Their fans aren't gonna, I mean, if it's not their fans, then what is it? Like, no, everyone's going to give them a break if they lose.
Oh, dude, I'm not giving them a break if they lose early. No way.
Joey in Boston. Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, listen, Felger, I've been listening to you, and I don't like how negative you are about the Celtics. You got to give them a break this year.
Why?
They've come from behind in a million games, which they had no right to win. They were down one of their best players, perhaps in the league.
Joey.
Joey, hold on.
You hold on. Wait a minute. I just said they had a really good year. What more do you want than like what? How is that being negative?
You're extremely negative. They're scrappy. They come.
Stop it. I'm negative. I don't like you. I don't like the Celtics. Okay, I'm just telling you how I feel. I don't like them. I said they had a really good year. What more do you want than that?
Why don't you like the Celtics? Because you're a Bucks fan?
Yeah, and I think you're a bunch of a-holes.
You work in Boston, buddy. Come on.
Listen.
Get on the wagon.
Joey,
oh, God.
Joey, are you born and raised in Boston?
No.
You're not?
No.
But
I'm
you're
from Rhode Island.
Okay, but you're a lifelong Celtics fan, right?
Yes.
Let's say you moved to Detroit and you lived there for 38 years, like I've lived in 38 years, do you think you'd ever be a Pistons fan?
If I worked there, I probably would learn to appreciate them, especially with this type of year. Absolutely.
No, you wouldn't. You hate the Pistons. You'll always hate the Pistons.
You come across negative, Felger. I like
come
you.
Across.
Great show, by the way. I listen every day. But I don't like your negative tone towards the Celtics. That's all I'm saying.
It's not going anywhere.
Come across. You come across.
That tone? You make me listen to Grandy call the end of a Celtics game. I'll hate him the rest of my life. It's unlikable.
So he's okay if they lose in the first round?
Of course he is.
Joey's okay if they lose in the first round?
Of course he is. They had a scrappy regular season.
Now that they have 56 wins and Tatum's back and he's pretty healthy and Brown is healthy and they added Vucevic in the middle of the year, all that, nothing has changed. If they lose in the first round, that's okay. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry. To have that sort of attitude going into this season, that is the dumbest. Going into this postseason, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
All these fans are going to revert back to where they were at the beginning of the year, which is, what do you expect? Our best players hurt, and we had to get under the luxury tax. So you can't expect much. And so if they lose in the playoffs, that's exactly what they're going to go back to. There's no stakes for the Celtics with their fans.
Oh, that's unbelievable to me. Now I look at them totally differently than I might have back in December. In December, I wasn't sure what Tatum was going to look like or that they'd end up with 56 wins. I certainly didn't expect that. Who did? But now you're in the postseason. You telling me it's okay if you lose now?
Now I want to see Missoula in the postseason. This is the guy that I'm really looking at the most. Brown and Tatum are excellent, and I think Jaylen Brown has proven himself. He's the one that I think broke through the ceiling. Jaylen Brown is the one that I think deserves the most credit for this year. He's the one that has been telling us for years he's one of the best players on the planet, and when he said it, we usually rolled our eyes, right? Like, dude, you're not as good as you think you are. Oh, well, he is. Jaylen Brown is the one that I think is the guy. But Brown, Tatum, they are what they are. They're excellent, excellent ball players, championship caliber ball player. I don't need to be Mazzulla. It's one thing to get a bunch of younger, hungry players to scrap and play hard and all that, and he's done all that. Now he's going to get into 7-game series, and he's going to have to make adjustments, and teams are going to get up into him, and he's going to have to draw up some plays at the end of these games. Last time I saw him in this situation, he drew up the exact same play from the exact same place on the floor against the Knicks last year in the playoffs and got absolutely exposed. So now this is a different deal. Now you're just not trying to get a team to outwork another team over 82 games and all of that. Now it's matchups and adjustments and ATOs and all of that. Now let's see what Mazzulla's got. That's what I want to see. We continue on a Reentry Monday after Big Jim Murray gets you updated.
Felger and Mazz continue on the Sports Hub.
Went to a toilet last night a lot of times, and this morning when I got to the golf course and still feeling really bad, and kind of like live in the toilet. And I didn't hit many balls on the driving range. I just feeling really, really bad. No energy, fuzzy. Want to throw out something. I actually just plan to play a few holes, see how it goes. If really sick, and I probably just decide not to. So glad I'm survived today.
That comment speaks to it's representative of what was going on over the weekend.
Oh, is it ever? Again, because in the case of, and I'm going to mispronounce his first name, I think it's Hao Tong Lee. In his case, he literally crapped his pants. Okay, he also figuratively crapped his pants on the golf course, which was it was an epidemic this weekend at the Masters. I'm not sure I can remember a Masters where they had to have a cleanup crew on just about every hole on the back nine. There were guys pooping all over the place on that golf course, completely crapping their pants and falling apart, including the guy who won the tournament. Well, Rory McIlroy hit one into the drink on, I think it was 11, if I remember right, which is so obvious. There's one place on Saturday. You cannot hit the ball left on 11, and he tried to play a right to left shot, hit it into the drink, and basically let everyone else right back into the tournament. And then on Sunday, with the championship on the line, hit one so far right that he almost cost himself the tournament.
On 18.
On the final hole on the 18th tee.
Up 3 against his playing partner, 2 on the field. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was seriously just droppings all over the place at Augusta National. And Hao Tong Lee was the worst of the worst. He made a 10 on the 13th hole yesterday. And the day before, I can't remember if it was 13 or 15 the day before, hit an iron shot that looked like Murray hit it, with all due respect to Murray.
It was a skull shot.
Holy smokes. Talk about a freaking worm burner.
Who was the biggest gagger this weekend, Murray, in your mind?
Oh, I mean,
can I go with Justin Rose?
Yeah, I mean, he was. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I mean, you could pick any of them, but it looked like it was going to be his tournament. But no, he choked too. I think he was the biggest choker.
He, I would say, chili dipped. It was there was a chip on 12, a hard chip, but he
didn't even get it on the green.
He didn't even get it on the green. I'm trying to. It's not chili. He chunked it basically,
and it wasn't in the heavy rough. It was just it was in the first cut off the back of the green. He basically missed it.
Did you see him 3-putt from 20 feet?
Yes.
Then 2 holes later, he 3-putts from like 20 feet.
Yep.
That was a guy I thought that had the biggest gag.
And Mike, because I texted this to someone, he was once the thing got going on the Sunday, I said he's going to win it. He's playing the best. And as soon as he got the lead, I mean, literally, it was like a switch. As soon as he got the lead, freaking, he turned into Hao Tong Lee.
Yeah, it was Panic City. No one wants this thing.
I'm telling you, it was contagious. It was crap city. All over the place.
I think the Masters brings us out always. It always has. But it's worse now because I think that the level of clutch play on the tour has never been worse. I've been at this for a long time. Big Jack Nicklaus fan, and I think that golfers today do not stack up to Jack Nicklaus's era in terms of being able to win and clutch play and being tough and that sort of thing. They're better. There's more golfers and they're better golfers now than there were in Jack's time.
But they don't have the intestinal fortitude of these older players. I mean, how many doors get opened yesterday? And over the course of Saturday and Sunday, doors are just being opened, and better golfers, or at least the strong-minded ones in the past, will take that opportunity and start to run away with it. And in Justin Rose's case, or any of these guys that get close to it, it's like, I don't want it. It's like a game of hot potato.
It really happened 2 straight years with McIlroy. This year wasn't nearly as bad as last year. Last year, Maz, on the back 9 of 8 on Sunday, he put it in the water. Remember that third shot in the water on 13, I want to say?
Yes.
And then I think he sprayed a approach shot on 18 even last year. This year, he almost put it in the water again on 13. Did you see that?
Yes.
He laid up. It was a third shot, and he still almost chunked it into the drink.
Yeah, it was short. He got lucky it stayed on.
And then he sliced the crap out of that drive on 18.
Oh, my God. It was unbelievable.
So he wanted to kind of do the same thing he did last year. He just didn't go all the way. But I just think it exposes, the Masters exposes the lack of fortitude on that tour and the lack of just knowing how to win with these guys. They're all got beautiful swings, and they're all coached to the bejesus. Swing coach, mental coach, fitness coach, this coach, putting coach, short game coach, long game coach, driving coach, health coach, mental health coach. They got it all. They're brilliant golfers. They don't know how to win.
It's so true, though. It just, usually there's someone who plays airtight. Just one person, usually.
It was kind of Scheffler. Did you see the stat at the end of it? He became the first golfer since 1942 to go the 3rd and 4th rounds at Augusta without a bogey. I thought that was a cool stat.
Amazing. Yeah, I did see that stat.
So he's steady as hell. He just, I think Murray said, to put himself too far behind to begin the thing. But there was no charge. In Nicklaus's, when he won in 86, it took Norman falling apart, but he had a charge. Nicklaus shot 30 on the back 9.
He did.
In 1986. And so with every gag job that happens at the Masters, there's someone who makes a charge. No one made a charge.
No. Scheffler was close. You're right.
Scheffler was close, but it was by, just the steady play. Was it Hutton?
Yeah, Terrell Hatton.
Terrell Hatton.
Yeah. But it's just, it speaks to the lack of fortitude of the modern golfer. It gets proven to me over and over again, year after year, which is why, Nicklaus's 18 majors is way safe, as is Tiger Woods in second place at 15. But this is what, I'm not McIlroy, I think, has become unlikable in a lot of ways, but I have full respect for what he's starting to do. And that is win at a high level at a later stage of his career. Because I see so many modern golfers, Maz, come on in their 20s, have a big spurt, win a couple majors, and then bye-bye. They get their money, they establish themselves, and that's it. All it proves is that they went on a run. Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson, blah, blah, blah. There's a ton of these guys that come on, win a couple majors, and then have to go through a grind of year after year competing and winning, and they just can't, they're not cut out for it. And McIlroy's starting to do that. I mean, he turned pro 16 years ago. And he's winning back-to-back majors in his mid-30s. Okay, I have respect for that. He didn't have to be doing this. He's got more money than he'll ever need and has won at a level that already puts him on a pedestal. And he gives a crap enough to keep coming at it and keep winning. And, I respect that. 6 majors. The next one, he's starting to climb up this list. I care about lists with integrity. Career majors, Nicklaus 18, Woods 15, Walter Hagen 11, Ben Hogan 9, Gary Player 9. Okay, Watson 8, Varden, Jones, and Sarazen 7, with Snead and Palmer with 7. Trevino, Faldo, Mickelson, McIlroy with 6.
Pretty good group.
It's a good list. If he can win one more, he's ahead of Trevino, Faldo, and Mickelson with 7 majors, tied with Arnold Palmer. Okay. You're earning my respect. Like that, that means something to me. Scotty Shelfer winning 4 majors in 3 years, just a spurt. I've seen that. I've seen him before. I saw him in Justin Spieth. I saw him in Jordan Spieth. I've seen him with Koepka. I've seen him with Desha. I've seen him. I've seen this guy. I've seen this guy burst on the scene, win 3 majors in 4 years, and then that's it. Bye-bye. See you later. McIlroy's busted through that, which I respect. Back-to-back Masters winners. Nicklaus, Faldo, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy. Good list.
Great list.
It is a great list, but those other guys won them. He just hung around and waited for people to crap pants harder than he did. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
I think the pants crapping began in Tiger's era. Tiger wasn't challenged.
No, he wasn't.
The guys admitted it. We're playing for second place. So he never had to face down guys that knew how to win. He's just so much better than everyone else, and they kind of gave in to him.
There is a threshold he could cross now, McIlroy, and enter sort of a new, place.
And he's doing it in his 30s. That means more to me. Just again, how many kids in their 20s burst on the scene and just dominate for a couple of years, and everyone thinks they're the next guy, and they're not. And to stick at it now, 16 years after he turned pro and starting to win at a level that he's never won at before. Okay, you got my attention, you got my respect. That I'll give to him for sure. But boy, the field, what a bunch of pants crappers.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. And look, it made for great watch. I thought the thing was over after 2 days. I fully admit it. McIlroy was so far ahead, and he looked so relaxed. I thought, well, now he's got one under his belt already. He's going to coast in this thing. No one's going to catch him. And he came back to the field on Saturday. And then, it became, and then that thing yesterday was like about survival.
Okay, that's on the board. I'm going to get back to your calls. You're all loaded up, I promise. But we have to bring back the big board.
Yeah!
The first segment of the big board, I think centers are on the board. And if you doubt the big board, you shouldn't. More examples coming your way, and we do that in a long commercial-free segment next. Whee! Goalie fight.
Felger.
Whee! Look at the goalie fight.
Mazz.
Oh, my God.
Murray.
He sucks in the playoffs.
That's great. No.
98.5.
Wonderful. Good.
The Sports Hub.
We don't tell you if they can play or not. We just tell you if they're taking them. So go ahead. Let's throw for centers, boys. Mazz, you're first.
You can see the mark on the left.
Yeah,
right there.
Jared Wilson, Georgia.
Another Georgia guy.
Put him on the board.
All right, here we go.
Jared Wilson's the number 1 ranked center here in the Lindy's draft guide. He's projected in the 2nd to 3rd round. Went to Georgia, 6'3", 310. Strengths. Shows a lot of life, blocking, and motion.
Love it.
Wields heavy hands and smooth movement. A combination of traits that raises his profile with evaluators. Built well with room for more muscle and weight if necessary. Good potential ceiling given ability and relative inexperience. Weaknesses.
Here we go.
Not fully developed at the position and started only 1 season. Limited arm length.
Not fully. Another guy with short arms. How many guys have we hit with short arms?
4.
Wow. That's a bad sign. They're going to take
theme of this draft.
You know what? The board's trying to tell us they're going to take Will Campbell. But go ahead.
Limited arm length causes difficult projection to guard in most schemes. Recovers well athletically, but does not reset his hands quickly enough and can lose battles simply through lack of engagement. Snap release could be a little more dialed in.
Yeah, snap release is always a problem.
I felt that way.
Yep.
Sluggish with initial hand movement, a habit he could quickly remove with reps and refinement. Loses ground easily on tandem blocks.
This guy sucks.
With the 95th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the 6-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots select Jared Wilson, center, Georgia.
And again, we don't predict whether they can play, whether they're good or not. We just predict whether the Pats are going to take them. It is once again time for the Felger Mazz Big Board. And once again, it's brought to you by the Peterson School, the presenting sponsor of the Felger Mazz Big Board. The Peterson School is drafting instructors for all locations. If you're an expert in your trade and want to share your knowledge, visit petersonschool.com. If you're new to the program, simply, we've been doing this for 17 years. The backdrop is, I think pre-draft talk is silly. It's like one of my least favorite things to do. I just think it's a big dork fest. Nobody knows anything. Nobody's right. It's just a million names. It's just people dorking out over a million names. No one knows anything. And I said at one point a million years ago, if you want to predict who a team's going to take, you're better off just chucking markers at a draft magazine than you are trying to look at tape and handicap the thing. So when we started 17 years ago here, we started chucking markers at a magazine. And Beetle then took out those names, put them on a board, and we called it the Big Board, and there's the Felger Mazz Big Board. It's now become a fortnight, 2 weeks of chucking markers at different positions. We put them on a board, and how many have we hit, Jimmy, in 17 years? How many have we hit?
I believe it's 18.
18 picks in 17 years. There's been only 2 years where we haven't taken a player. That is the COVID year, and then there was a year, I think it was 07.
They only took 2 players that year.
Well, 07, they took 4 players. I think they had a draft where they only selected 4 guys.
And none in the first 2 rounds.
I may have my year. I can't remember what year that was.
17. That was 2017.
2017?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, not 07. 2017, they only drafted 4 players. We missed there, and we missed the COVID year. Because we weren't in studio. We were having like my 6-year-old daughter chuck markers at me in my basement.
18 hits.
Okay. So
like Tigers Majors.
We're back. We got Lindy's Sports Annual up on the board. We have little Nerf footballs from the Peterson School with markers in the nose of them. These guys chuck at the magazine. We're going to pick 3 centers. We'll give you the write-ups, and we're off and running on the big board. Maz, you throw first.
Okay, we're starting with Brown in honor of the Masters.
And if you're listening, there's a big whiteboard here with a magazine that's pinned to it, and this is what we got closest to if Maz doesn't hit a name on the magazine.
Okay, here we go. Ow!
Didn't hit anything. Upper right.
Upper right, just below the blue bar. Right there?
Yeah.
Just below the blue bar on the page.
I see what you're saying. Brian Parker II, Duke.
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah. Dookie.
Okay, Murray, go ahead, please.
All right, Murray.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Oh.
That was a good shot.
I think I got the picture. The guy squatting.
Okay, squatting.
The squatter.
Connor Liu, Auburn, and if you're watching the simulcast on NBC Sports Boston, we've introduced a new camera angle. I hope Vinny's taking it. It's like a RoboCam. We've put a little
it's the board
camera on top of it's a board cam, so maybe you get a little more straight ahead shot of these guys throwing it. Go ahead, Mess.
All right, Green, cover body.
Hit it, Mess.
Oh, too high.
Got the magnet. How do they work?
Literally hit the magnet.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, that's going to be Brian Parker II.
Again?
Oh, well, that's the, you know what?
So he's got to throw again.
Turn the page.
See, the problem is there's only a handful of names on that one.
Throw again.
You know what? I'm going to call an audible. I have a athletic, massive encyclopedia. It's a different guide. Because there's only 5 names on there.
Okay.
That's so you hit the same name in 2 different places. There's just not enough variety. Maz, if I hold this up over the board, can you hit that?
I believe so.
Put a name right here.
Yeah.
So
hold
one
it
of
like this.
One of the big complaints about the big board recently is I'm no longer in harm's way. I used to just hold it up and they used to chuck them at me, and I used to get shrapnel. Now I don't really anymore. This is going to expose me a little bit.
Yeah, no, get behind the board. And hold
I'm
it
going
over the
to.
top.
I'm going to. Don't hit my hand.
Now the camera's you're gonna get in the way of the camera.
No, you're good there. You're not hitting the
That's
camera.
too high.
No, it's not. We can hit that.
Just hold it to the side.
Don't hit my hand.
I won't.
Go ahead.
There's no way. You're gonna hit
Don't
the
hit
light.
my hand.
I'll go off speed.
Oh, that sucked.
Bottom left.
I don't want to hear about me not hitting the magazine ever again. Matt's had 3 shots at it. Didn't hit it once.
Nick Dawkins, Penn State.
Okay, here we go. It's early in the season. I haven't thrown all winter.
And listen, you can save your complaints. It's an inexact science. If they don't hit a name, it's the closest to. If they miss the magazine or the book overall, it's wherever it hits on the board, the closest name to. And that's just what that is, okay? Brian Parker. That's the first one you hit, right? So you hit him in a different little box on this page that said strength profile. That Brian Parker of Duke has one of the most impressive anchors in the draft class. He's able to sit down and not be moved by any of the top defensive tackle prospects in the ACC. He's a difficult guy to push around.
Let's see if we can give that anchor to Will Campbell.
Brian Parker, 6'5", 300. Again, that feels kind of lean to me for a center. It's projected in the 3rd round. Parker's game is built on movement, mental acuity, and technical precision, Maz.
Perfect.
Footwork and plus lateral quickness are ideal for a center or guard in a zone-based run scheme. Okay, the Pats do both. Weaknesses. Unproven on the interior with a sawed-off frame for the tackle position.
Does he get short legs?
Sawed-off frame. He's 6'5".
He's part of a magic act.
For a tackle, he's a center. Anchor was a strength against edge rushers, but withstanding vertical displacement of massive NFL defensive tackles and nose guards in the cramped interior remains a question mark.
Vertical displacement?
So I guess he played some tackle. Either way, put him on the board. Brian Parker II.
You don't sound high on him.
Nope, I don't. Connor Lew, Auburn.
How do you spell Lew?
L-E-W. Blocking technician.
Another technical guy.
Can win in a multitude of ways and is still developing. Elite hand placement and footwork while constantly operating with a wide base. Consistently lands hand strikes and keeps his feet moving.
How big is this guy?
Wrestling background shows up on repeat.
Oh, what you gonna do, brother?
6'3", 200.
300.
6'3", 200.
That's good size.
No, 300.
6'3", 300. Jesus, it's Monday. Sorry.
200.
6'3", 300.
We got one of our sales guys in there instead of him.
It's like half a Murray. No, weaknesses. Strong but limited size and length are downside in some NFL schemes. Defenders that attack him first tend to knock him back, occasionally disrupting play timing.
He's like Will Campbell.
That's not good. Well, we'll put him on the board.
Forget that guy.
Connor Lew and Brian Parker II. And then we have Nick Dawkins, Penn State, who you hit at the very, very end.
Brian Parker Jr.
Well, I don't know if there's a write-up for this guy. Hold on one second. Is center a need, Maz?
Bradbury's gone.
Well, no, but they got Wilson playing over there now, and they drafted Wilson to play this position. I would say...
And you already declared he sucked last year.
Well, okay, but my guess is they won't take a center early.
Okay, this Dane Brugler athletic draft guide is just insanely massive.
The beast?
In his write-up, he gives you, the family. Nicholas, quote-unquote, Nick Dawkins, grew up in Allentown, Pennsylvania with his parents, Daryl and Janice Dawkins. He has a younger sister, Alexis, and an older sister, Tabitha. His father was a first-round pick, number 5, in the 1975 NBA draft.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that Daryl Dawkins' kid?
And played...
Do you remember Daryl Dawkins?
Chocolate Thunder!
Yes, that's him!
Do I remember Daryl Dawkins? Daryl Dawkins? That's huge! Daryl Dawkins? Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah,
you remember? He used to smash backboards.
He did. He was a freaking monster. I loved him.
And did he play for the Harlem Globetrotters at the end?
He might have.
He died of a heart attack in August. See, Dane Brugler, he goes way into this.
Oh, I didn't know this.
He died of a heart attack in August of 2015 at the age of 58. Nick's cousin, Brian Dawkins, is a Pro Football Hall of Fame safety.
Oh, from the Eagles.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know that was Daryl Dawkins' nephew.
Either.
Oh, this guy's got good bloodlines.
Daryl Dawkins' kid? Put him on the board.
See, this was a destiny throw.
Nick Dawkins.
See, Murray, you can't blame me for missing the board. The gods were controlling you.
Well, that's a cool
like a
one.
Ouija board.
Okay, well, put him on the board. Nick Dawkins.
Like it. Right. Nick Dawkins.
Off and running guy. Kind of a shaky start, but, what do you want? Here's a update with Murray. 90 seconds, no commercials, and right back to your phones, I promise.